Is that, are you Helms? Are you Helms?
That's me.
Running for sheriff?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Hey, my name's Michael. Lawrence Accountability. You're live. So you running for, this is Justin, Dr. Spees. So you're running for sheriff against John Walker.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what do you want to change around here? What's your vision for being sheriff?
Unnecessary tax spending. Put the criminals away. Don't let them right back out on the street. That's kind of like my biggest priority. Figure out how we can keep officers is another thing I'm going for.
You've had a lot of turnover?
Yeah, lots of turnover. Right now, we've had the last, I think, 5 that have been around for at least 3 months, I think. But before that, there was a major turnover.
Really? You're talking about a tenure of 3 months?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Wow.
Well, most of them have some experience. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's been a major issue.
Well, I know a lot of people around here have reached out to us since we were down here. Were you aware of us coming down on July 9th and being at the courthouse?
I've heard about it, but I haven't.
Yeah.
Really.
What do you think of the courthouse having their rules about having to identify yourself before you get in?
I kind of really feel that's a violation of your fourth.
You do too?
Yeah.
And we also noticed that in the sheriff's office, and this is something we would hope you would change right away, it seemed like that when you go in there, they just have this natural expectation that you're going to give up your driver's license, and so they can scan it for wants and warrants. They literally said that to us. What do you think of that?
That's still a violation.
Good.
And I'm about transparency. Like that face, that
black glass?
Yeah, black glass.
Yeah.
That needs to come down.
I believe so too.
I agree.
The public, when they walk in there, they need to feel like they're safe.
Yeah.
And they can see
Yeah.
who they're talking to.
It's like you're talking to a wizard behind a glass. You don't even know who it is.
Yep.
Yeah,
They know who you are, but you don't know who they are, and they want your ID, but they won't tell us their name. It's like, what the fuck, man? Why is that? Why do they get to know everything?
I honestly don't know when all that changed, when that thing went up, that black glass.
Well, what they told us that day was that it was some kind of ruling that the county commission had done
For the courthouse.
for the courthouse in 2010 or 11 because of some kind of threats that they had.
Oh, see, I don't know any. I don't think I was living here at that time.
Well, and the interesting thing is we've asked for that ordinance and they haven't been able to show it to us.
Well,
I don't know how hard they looked for it, but nobody seemed to have it.
Well, I'll definitely look into that if I'm elected, and the buzzer thing will go bye-bye. Now, if we need to add extra security upstairs in the court area,
Which is separate.
then that would be acceptable.
Yeah, obviously.
But to harass the general public just to get in to pay their taxes, that's...
Or use the bathroom.
Or
Right.
Go in there and
Well,
film
there
if
used
they
to be
want
the health nurse used to be downstairs, that county health nurse. Well, now she is located out at the new ambulance barn. So all that's been
It's been moved out of there.
moved out of there, which makes sense. I mean, that's...
Do you know who controls access to that? Like who's answering that buzzer and letting people in? Do you know who does
No, I have no
I'm
clue.
gonna go see if they're up there.
Okay, honey. Thank you.
that? It's the sheriff, and we found that out as well.
Yeah, we didn't realize that
We
until
didn't
after.
realize it, but it's the same person behind the black glass. When you press that button at the courthouse,
She's answering
It's
it,
a
too.
dispatch there.
Oh,
So-
yes.
and
Okay,
so
now
they
I
let
see.
you in.
Now I see what you're asking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes she's not available, or they're not available, but it's usually a woman that's doing that job. And,
Gotcha.
Are you aware of Robert Walker being arrested at the courthouse?
yes,
What do
I.
you think of that?
What'd you ask me?
What do you think of all that? Would you want to weigh in on that?
Nah, I'm
Did
gonna.
it look lawful?
I don't think I need to comment on that. I'm
Fair
just
enough.
Gonna,
He's a candidate for sheriff. We get that.
yeah, I can't.
All right. Well, my hope is, if it is an unlawful arrest, that it gets talked about as an unlawful arrest.
Yeah, well,
We've
if
been
that is the
unlawfully
case,
arrested.
then
We've been unlawfully arrested, and shit ain't right.
yeah,
It's not right.
I agree. I mean, that's officers need better training. They
I
need
agree. Yeah.
to de-escalate situations. They don't need to escalate them. We're here to protect and serve. That is our job.
Well, and I was going to say that just a little bit ago with regard to the sheriff's department and the glass and everything. In order for the officers to really protect the community, they need to be approachable by the citizens, so the citizens learn to trust them and get to know them and things like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Good.
Yeah. I'm the approachable guy.
Excellent.
I'm going to interact myself in the schools. We have one here in Longton, then we have one in Howard called West Elk.
Uh-huh.
I myself, now, we don't have the budget to put a resource officer out there, but my intention is to have me go in and make a presence known. And let the kids get to see me, let the kids get to know me, let the kids get to trust me.
Right.
And know, hey, you got a problem.
Come to Sheriff Helms.
Yeah.
There you go.
Come to Sheriff Helms. He will do what he can to fix what's going on.
Yep. Common sense and logic. I like your shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. and that's kind of my whole deal. If you guys want I got a little pamphlet.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys look at it or have it, I guess.
All right, guys, welcome in. We're not really watching the chat very much. We're talking to people out here. We're talking to Sheriff Candidate Helms.
You guys can check that out.
Right.
And it says in there, I'm going to take my knowledge of the law and then I'm going to apply common sense and logic to it.
Right on.
Not
Are you a deputy right now?
Not
where do you work at?
Oh, I own my own business.
Okay.
Up in Severy.
Okay. But you're in law enforcement though?
No, I never have been. I am completing a 2-year degree in criminology. I just got biology left.
Gotcha.
And that'll be done by the end of this year. I've done all my criminal classes. But biology is my only one to successfully get that associate's degree.
And then you go to CPOST to get the law license.
Yeah.
Yep.
Once I elected, whatever, then I'll go. Yeah.
Right. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the process is once you're elected, you get some kind of a provisional license, and then you have to attend classes and things like that.
I think you have a year and a half.
Yeah.
I don't quote me on that one, but I think it's a year and a half, but I don't plan on waiting that long.
Yep. And so the fact that you don't currently have a license doesn't preclude you from running for sheriff. It doesn't preclude you from being elected sheriff.
Yeah.
And doing the job. So
it's a public office, anyone can run.
Exactly.
So as long as you're not a felon.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
Well, in our opinion, you might have a felon right now working for sheriff, but we'll see how all that shakes out. But good luck, Sheriff Helms. Hopefully I get to call you that soon.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Have a good day.
All right.
All right. So you guys, you've just met one of the sheriff candidates. Let's see who else we have here. We got John. Is that Joseph? Joseph Mueller. Looks like he's in the truck there.
Well, I like you.
Hello, sir. Are you the candidate?
No, I'm not. I'm just a good friend of his.
Okay. Will Candidate Mueller be here this afternoon?
Yeah, he'll be around.
All right. My name's Michael. I'm with Lawrence Accountability.
How's it going?
This is Dr. Spees.
Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
We're just down kind of talking to people about the sheriff race and
They're up there.
hoping that there's a different sheriff in town here soon.
God, I hope so.
Well, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, why do you need a change?
To be politically correct. No, I'm not politically correct. He's a fucking piece of shit. We just need someone. We need some change. All right? We need someone that's actually gonna not have the good old boy system, enforce the laws that are on the books. And it doesn't matter if, oh hell, I can't do nothing to him. I grew up with him, or I know his dad, or I know his, kinfolk. Can't do nothing to him. Kind of BS that we have around here. We got a lot of drugs and shit coming in, a lot of crime coming into town. Nothing gets done about it.
Well, you mentioned kinfolk. What do you think of Robert Walker getting arrested at the courthouse?
I don't like Robert. I know Robert very well. I don't like the guy. He doesn't really care for me too much. But that's a bunch of bullshit. He didn't break any laws. He didn't break any. Yeah, he was loud, but that's Robert. Robert's loud.
And that's the same thing we said. What was?
The thing is, and me and Joe were just talking about that this morning behind the house. It's like, what law did he break? And Joe's like, he didn't break any law.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he made her mad. She's like, so point that out in the book that for making me mad is a law.
Right. And so he got arrested doing a constitutionally protected activity, so that makes his arrest unlawful.
Well, what gets me is why the fuck do I gotta hit a fucking buzzer to go into a public building?
Right. And
It's
that's
like-
exactly what we're
You know,
saying.
I'm just like, there's just so much. You see these old like Hollywood movies, like, you know, you go back to these like backcountry towns, and it's like, you know, it's just like you can just smell the corruptness in the air. That's kind of like what it is out here.
You know, I've actually commented about that. We
exactly
came
what
down
we
and
think,
visited
man.
the Elk County Courthouse and did a live stream. I don't know if you're
I
aware of
saw it.
that. You saw it?
That's-
That's the
What did you
impression
think
we
of
got,
all
man.
that?
I was just, my wife watched it all. I was just kind of I just kind of chuckled. I was like, yeah, these old boys don't know who they're messing with, and they need to really tread carefully on what they say, because they're gonna just end up making themselves look like a bigger fool than they already are.
Well,
And they did.
are you aware of what happened in Robert's court hearing yesterday?
I didn't see the court hearing yesterday, but I seen some of the live stream from it. I just,
Jill went in there and basically made us to be like we were like terrorists that day and harassing everybody. Is that what you saw in the live stream?
no, I just saw a couple concerned citizens just sticking up for a person whose rights were violated. Is all I've seen.
And that, exactly. And we find it kind of crazy that she actually argued that we were harassing and that we were potentially
okay,
violent
okay,
and
well,
They
things.
need
See
extra
this.
security down there because
Asking
of us.
questions. Since when did asking questions become harassment?
Exactly.
Exactly, man. That's the way these people think, though. They play the victim like that.
Well, the thing is out here is this is the way we've always done it. You don't make complaints because you're going to be afraid of retribution. You know, I experienced this firsthand. You know, with that sheriff's department, it was under different leadership. He's passed away, rest his soul. But you know, I had a gentleman who was harassing us and whatnot, and we played by the book. And good old Joe Love, he saw it happen. He goes, I'll testify. We got up there and he got on the stand. He's like, I don't recall any of that happening. That two-faced piece of shit.
Well, you know, and he was really nice to us that day and even offered us a tour of the courthouse and then got on his Facebook page and called
both
us.
sides of his mouth.
Well, he got on his Facebook page and called us radical right-wing extremists.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
We didn't do anything to
So-
let them
The
think
thing
that.
is I get so tired of hearing this. Well, if you're for, you know, your rights, then you're some right-wing conspiracy
I'm
nut.
tired of hearing that shit,
Or
too.
if you're like for, you know, anti-police, then you must be liberal.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened to being American?
Exactly.
That's right, man.
I'm so tired of
Good to meet an American.
I'm so tired. I'm just so tired of the labels.
Me too.
You know, it's like, goddamn, people, don't you realize you're playing right into their fucking hand that they're wanting you to play into?
Well,
Yep.
exactly, and it also shows the reach of the woke liberal, you know, mind virus. That here in Elk County, you got somebody like Joe Love that is resorting to their talking points, calling us extreme right wingers, as if that's somehow supposed to be putting us down in some way. That's what
Right.
leftists would say.
Yeah, and I'm
It's
just
happening
like,
right here.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just like, you know, let's quit being left. Let's quit being right. Let's just
Be American.
become
Yep.
American.
It's Americans and un-Americans. is
How
what
many
it is.
candidates are there?
There's
There-
three.
There's you, Joseph Mueller, Helms, and then
the current sheriff that's
and then
running.
Walker. And is he up here?
Yeah, he'll be up there in the Durango.
Okay, yeah, we'll go up and
Good,
try
good
to
luck
talk to
pinning
him.
down.
We'll,
yeah?
we'll try to
We'll
talk
see
to
what
him.
we
We'll
can
see
do.
how
What's
he
your name
handles it.
Jason.
Jason.
Jason, good to
Jason.
meet you, man.
Likewise,
Good to meet
bud.
you. Take
Take
care.
care.
Okay, guys. Good luck, man.
All right, guys. So let's head up here and see if Mr. Walker's in line somewhere. Is that Deputy Love? Holy cow, there's our
There
buddy.
is your favorite right-wing radical
Yeah.
extremist.
Why'd
right
you get
back
online
here.
and call us right-wing radical extremists?
I've been instructed to say no comment.
No comment? Well, I mean, I'm just concerned because of the way you put that out there on your Facebook page.
Completely unfounded. Nah.
You know, did you know that Jill went into court lying about what we did down here and called us harassing and said we did all kinds of things in the courthouse?
No comment, John.
No comment? You were willing to give us a tour in the courthouse.
All right, they're
And
moving.
you don't have any comment?
Have you had a chance to tour this old building?
All right, we'll let you go. Look at him with his windows rolled up. Hey, Sheriff. Hey, Sheriff. Wanted to ask you a question real quick. No? I just want to ask about you checking everybody for wants and warrants before they can talk to you. Is that a normal practice? Guys, that's Sheriff John Walker in there.
All the other candidates talk to us.
All the other candidates have talked to us about it. You don't want to talk? They've all given us opinions on it.
Actually, one candidate.
Well, yeah, one candidate and another one from another campaign. They were able to recognize it as a Fourth Amendment violation, sir. Cannot you? All we're asking is that you commit to stopping checking people for wants and warrants before they can talk to you. Did you run us? Were you aware of all the lies that Jill told in court the other day? No comments. That's your sheriff, guys, John Walker. He just allows constitutional violations to go on with his sheriff's department, but he doesn't want to talk. And that's right, whoever just put, look at this coward, he is a coward. Let's find out if any of the other deputies want to talk. I doubt it. He's probably giving them all instructions not to. Is that our good friend? Nope, that's not our good friend, Love.
There, he's right there.
Hey, man. Hey. Roll your window down, man. Hey, man. When people, I'm just questioning, we're curious about the requirement there that you guys have to have IDs so to check wants and warrants before they can talk to the sheriff in the department. No comment on that? You don't recognize that as a Fourth Amendment violation? You don't even quite, you swore to uphold the Constitution, man. See, they have no comment because they've got to stick with the sheriff's narrative. Because if they don't stick with the sheriff's narrative, they're going to get fired probably. Deputy Love, I can't get anybody to talk to us. The sheriff don't want to talk to us. All the other candidates and their representatives have, but our good sheriff here, he won't address the Fourth Amendment violations.
All I can say is no comment.
Is that what you've been instructed to say by the sheriff?
All I can say is no comment.
Even to the radical right-wing extremist
Hey,
stuff?
Joe, are you a right-winger or are you a left-winger? Are you a radical left-winger? Is that what you are?
You got no comment.